So we're now on Slayhead Drive, and there's a corner up here which allows you to view out from both sides of the mountain. It's marked by a famous big white statue of a crucifix with Mary and Jesus, I think, on it, but it's just a stunning spot. Look at this for a coastal road, huh? It literally doesn't get better than this. Yep. As long as you can stay without getting creamed. Now I will try to get this on the drone. I have a little bit of footage, but it's not great. I'll try and get a bit more of it with the new Mini, although these seagulls can be a problem. Try and get the drone up here. Right, I think I finally got some good footage of this place from the drone. That brilliant little Mavic Mini. So if I did roll it there, collect. Yeah, but so as I said, this is Slayhead Drive, and it's a proper iconic drive. People come from all over the world to just do this. And when the weather's like this, you can see why. Now there's a lot along this road if you were touring. And you'll see them now as we go. I shall point them out. Again, I'll leave the camera rolling because this road is just epic. So there's the Beehive Huts. They're along here. They're kind of similar to the Gallerus Oratory, but they're not as well cut, and they're much older. They're ancient. They're thousands of years old. They're up on the side of this hill to the left of me. You can see some of them up there. There's the sign, Beehive Huts, and hold the baby lamb. So if you wanted to hold a baby lamb, this is a spot to come to. But that's the Ring of Kerry over there. We did that yesterday. Look, whole little baby lamb, Beehive Huts, teas and coffees. So there's the Beehive Huts. Now down there, you'll see it here, there's an old ruined fort down there. The visitor centre for it is just here on my left. So the Dunbeg Fort. The visitor centre is there on my left, but the fort itself is there down on my right. You cross over and you go through a little gate. The first time I ever went to that, like, it's 2,500 years old, the old fort, and it's starting to fall into the ocean with erosion on the cliff because it's built on the edge of a cliff. But it's an amazing sight. Go and see it, absolutely go and see it. But the first time I went to see it, I was on my own on the bike, and I went up to the hut And I said, how much is it in? And he got outside, I can't remember. He said, €4 or something. And I said, grand. He says, did you watch the audio video? I says, what audio video? Oh, you have to go over to the visitor centre and watch the audio video presentation. And I said, I don't know if I just want to see the photo. Oh, no, you have to go see the presentation, the audio video. So I said, right, geez, okay, it's time I didn't want to spend. So I went in, watched the audio video, about 15-20 minutes. Beautiful, very informative. Nothing I couldn't have got on YouTube, I'm sure. But anyway, I watched it. So that's 15-20 minutes of my day gone watching this audio video that I didn't want to watch. So then I made my way back over, and your man is still sitting in the hut. Bearing in mind I've already paid now at this stage. And I says, right, I've watched the audio video. I says, now to see the real thing. And he just looks at me and goes, it's closed. He said, you fucking what? Yeah, what? It's closed. He says, the part of it fell into the ocean. They've closed it for safety reasons. So I said to him, I says, well, why didn't you tell me that before I paid you? And he just looks at me with a poker face. You saw the audio video, didn't you? Oh, he rightly had me, but I tell you, I laughed me off. So we've looped back to Dingle and met the biggest traffic jam I've ever seen in this town. Bloody nightmare of a traffic jam. So after that traffic jam in Dingle, we made our way back out along the main route on the bottom part of the peninsula, and ultimately we're kind of heading out to hit Annascaul and Tom Crean's birthplace, etc., and all of that fun stuff. But first we're just taking a slight detour off, bringing us down closer to the coast here, down to that little cove there. And it's just a drive past a lovely piece of coastline, and there's a nice castle there on the beach itself. I think it's called Menard Castle, and I already have some aerial of that as well. So when we get down here, we'll have a look at it, and then we can have a look at the aerial footage. But as you can see, like, it's a beautiful beautiful view. So it's 6:15 now. This is telling me I'll be back into Dingle for 7:04. Luckily I rang them earlier this morning because I had a feeling about it, and I booked my table for dinner for 8. So that'll give me roughly an hour to get in and chuck in the bike gear and get all washed and showered and all of that fun stuff. Because as you can see there, as I drove past the hotel, it's packed. Now they're not allowed to let anyone who are non-residents into the bar or the restaurant. That's where I'll be, but you can see they're all outside. And I didn't, to be honest, I didn't think they'd oh yeah, they had, I wasn't sure at what date they were restarting that, but yeah, that's right, it was this week. So like I said before I came on this COVID thing, the lockdown easement is actually suiting me down to the ground, because it keeps the restaurant and bars from being jammed. And when you're solo traveling, you just want to find a little quiet corner for yourself and have your food, and then start fiddling around with the routes and the uploading the footage and recharging everything again. There's an awful lot of admin at the end of the day to be done in terms of clearing off all the SD cards, powering all the batteries up again, and reorganizing everything to get ready for the trip out again, so that the drone is ready to go again, the cameras are all ready to go again. So it keeps you pretty busy in the evening. And that's why I don't try and edit and upload videos when I'm on the road. Because unlike Itchy Boots, like, she'll start very early, but she'll finish at about 3 or 4, and then she'll do a couple of hours editing, from what I understand. And there's Menard Castle, whereas I don't get in till nearly after 7 or 8 o'clock. See the size of the rocks on this beach now. Look, they're huge. A very unusual beach. But yeah, a video of this. Roll it there, Colette. Yeah, you can see it's nice. Little painting. Very nice. And then you can loop back out. So now we're going to go up over the mountain road and cut back up towards Annascaul. And that's when we'll be able to see the South Pole in. We'll go up to Annascaul Lake, Tom Crean's grave, and then I think it's a break for home then. Nearly done. Three or four more things to see and we're done for the day. lot done already. Wow. Now my turn off is up here somewhere. Here we go. So we're coming into Annascaul here, home of Tom Crean. So to the left you'll see a statue of him. See you in there. Closed, I think. South Pole. Terra Nova 1910 to 1913. The Endurance 1914 to 1916. Discovery 1901. 1904. So from the South Pole you take this first little right hand turn here. So we're at the back of the South Pole, so see there's the South Pole there, and we're going to go up to Annascaul Lake. Now Tom Crean, if you've probably heard me mention him before. If you don't know who Tom Crean is, he was an Irishman born and lived here in Annascaul, County Kerry. He ran away at the age of 15. I don't know why he ran away. I must look that up. But he went off and he joined the British Navy. Ireland at the time was under British rule. And it wasn't uncommon for Irishmen to go off and join the British Army or British Navy or whatever. But he went off, he became a Navy man. I think he was looking for adventure, because as beautiful as it is down here, there's back in 1901 there would have been flip all to do but farm. And I just think he had an adventurous spirit in him. He wanted to go and see some of the world. So he ran away. And he was the only man, or one, so maybe not the only one, but one of very few men that was on all three of the major British Antarctic expeditions. So that meant that he was on the failed attempt by Scott, and he was also on the two attempts by Shackleton. And he was very, very experienced, and albeit a strong man. Scott had written before that there was only two men he had trusted on his trip, and that was oh sorry, no, maybe it was Shackleton who wrote that. Shackleton wrote that there was only two men in the whole crew that he truly trusted, particularly on the Endurance run when they were stuck in the pack ice for months, and one of them was Tom Crean. And there was a great story about when Scott was making the push for the pole itself. They'd gotten to their to the point where they had to slim the team down to 3 members. Now Scott, British naval, born and bred British naval, he was a funny fish. He absolutely wanted to make sure that it was a Royal Navy people who got to the pole. And even though Shackleton was with him, he kind of hemmed and hawed over Shackleton, because Shackleton wasn't Royal Navy, he was Merchant Navy. Now, see there, we're at this junction. One goes Ballinaccorty Cemetery and one is Annascaul. We're going to go down here first and then come back and go that way to see Tom's grave. So let's go down to this lake. So he wanted a Royal Navy person only really to go to the pole. And of course they had to be British. And Tom wasn't British. So Scott was kind of in a quandary. I think he probably knew the best choice to bring with him for the best chance was Crean, because he was very experienced at that point. He was strong, and he would have been a good choice, although I'd say he would have doomed them, because that trip was just doomed from the start. There's a great photograph of when Scott and the team get to the pole, and they see a black flag, which is the flag that Edmondson had left to say that he'd beaten them there by about a month. And you can see it in their faces. They know they're dead. They know that they are dead. There's no way they can get back. But the story goes that the night before they were going to make the final push, and Scott had to finalise who was going to go on to the pole, Crean was a pipe smoker. He liked his tobacco in the pipe. And as Scott came into the tent, Tom let out a bit of a cough. He had a smoker's cough. And Scott said to him, "That's a bad cough you have there, Tom." And Tom instantly knew that that meant he was not being selected to go to the pole. Now there's a gate up here. I'll continue on with the story now in a second, but there's a gate up here. Now the thing about the gate is it's always closed to keep the livestock in, but just open it and drive through and close it behind you. It's like the one up in Slea Head. And there's a little car park just beyond it then, and then that's where you can pull up. But you can see we're heading into this valley. It's just stunning. I'm pretty sure I have drone footage of this already. So here's the gate. Just another half a mile or so, not even. It's like a little hidden secret valley. All you have to do is open a gate. But I'd imagine Tom, when he was a kid, probably spent his days up here. Now I might take some backup footage with the drone just in case I don't have it. So I'll come back to this more stories about Tom in a minute. Yeah, but check this out. Stunning. And there's a trail, a hiking trail up that way. It's kind of like Duloc, which will be up to in about 2 or 3 days. Beautiful. Yeah, let's get this drone up. Right, so we got a bit of footage there. Hopefully that came out. Just go see the tomb, and then we're going to. Look, I lost a lot. 7:28. That gives me 30 minutes to get in and get. I still have one more point to hit.